Hey, what's up guys? I just want to show you how I mounted the original Subaru air intake box over the Weber carburetor for a 1981 or 86 Subaru BRAT E81. So we installed the Weber, but I still wanted to use the original air filter box because it looks so cool. So what I did was I took the original air intake box and I cut out a little hole, and I used the line or indent that followed the original air filter, and then I traced out additional spacing for the Weber air intake box, and then I used some silicone tubing. I split it and then I ran it against the bare metal so that if there was any rubbing, it wouldn't cause too much damage. And then after that, to use the top, we had to create an indent. So what I did was I just used a hammer. That's why it looks kind of messed up. But I kind of like the look actually too. So that because the top of the air intake box has like a little indent, and so in order for it to fit on top fleshly, and so that it fits the hood, that little divot, I don't know if you can see it, has to fit in there. So now it can sit flat. And then after that, what I did is I wanted to use this original nut as well because it looks so cool. And then so I just used a dummy little screw to hold it in. And then for the two side screws, I used some scrap aluminum and I riveted it in, and then used a long bolt, and I aimed it so that the bolt would go through these two little holes. And then in that way you can use the original cool little air filter box screws or nuts to hold it in. And then to mount it so that it stays fixed when you're driving, you can still use the original mounting point right here, which is good. And then this was offset a little bit, so I used some of the metal that I cut out from here, and I just used some pliers and bent it so that it can sit against this hole right here, if you can see it. And then and that's pretty much it. Finally, what I did, I don't know if it does anything, but I reused this little tube right here, but I ran it not to the exhaust, I ran it to the front of the car so that you have a little bit of a cold air intake ish deal when you're driving, so you can get the full 78 horsepower out of this car. And this is how it looks when it's put together. You can't really tell, and I think it looks pretty good. I hope this helps some people. Enjoy.